we know that millions of people die every year, so why do we get so upset with the deaths from, let's say, the plane crash in France, the migrants drowning in the Mediterranean, or the earthquake in Nepal? Okay. Yes, we do know that millions and millions of people die every year. I think it's 55 million people a year, which is more than 1 million people a week. But what we humans are afraid of, or what we don't like, is sudden death. Because when someone is old or someone gets sick and is in a hospital for months and months and then they die, this does not scare us so much. Sudden death scares us because it forces us to question our life. Like, I might leave like this suddenly one day as well. What have I done with my life? Will I be happy when I leave? Meaning, will I feel like I have accomplished what I came here to accomplish? In other words, it forces us to look in. This is why we do not like sudden death. And we look at it like, what is going on? What is going on? Nothing. 3 or 4 or 5,000 people died in the space of 1 minute. But that always happens around the world. But you see, because it was sudden, because they were not expecting it, we feel like they haven't finished their lives yet. And then we start questioning, maybe I have not finished my life either. Maybe I have not even started my life. And this is why we don't like those deaths. And we pay a lot of attention to them. Also, we pay a lot of attention to them so that we will not look in. Because if we do ask ourselves questions like, have I even started to live? We will discover that we have not. And then we will get sad. And sudden deaths, especially on a big scale, on a large scale, remind us of this. So next time, I would recommend, this is my recommendation though, I'm not channeling right now. Next time you see hundreds or thousands of deaths, ask yourself, if I go and look back, how will I feel? Will I feel like I did learn something? Or will I feel like I focused on the wrong things? Now, you will see that you were focusing on the wrong things. However, do not judge yourself. Simply say, okay, maybe it's time for me to start focusing on something else. And then you will probably say, but I don't know what to focus on. That's when you sit down quietly and you ask questions like, why am I here? And leave it at that. Your soul will bring the opportunities for you to start experiencing what you came here to experience, or to start dealing with what you came here to deal with. So, let's see if there's another reason why we get upset. Oh, I can't think of another reason now. All I can think of is we're afraid to look in. You see, we have heard many times that our consciousness is actually the last frontier. And it is. Now we are going to start looking in and discovering parts to us parts of us that are larger than this whole planet. But we are so afraid to look in. I have found that people who don't give a damn about other people have an easier time looking in. So do with this information what you like. This does not mean you can stop giving a damn, although I would highly recommend it, but that's up to you. But most times we don't look in because we are afraid that people won't like us after this. And it is true. They won't. Because when we look in, we discover more of the real us. And they don't like the real us. They want an image. People want us to keep portraying a certain image so they can feel comfortable with it. Let's see. Okay, I would close it with, let's use these moments that we see people drowning in the Mediterranean and dying in earthquakes. Let's use them to start asking ourselves, am I living? Am I really living? Or am I simply existing? Am I simply paying bills? Now, living is not always being a jet setter and having a big mansion. It's nice, but that's not always living. Living is actually doing the things you like. That's what living is. So if you find, after you ask this question, if you find the answer, I didn't say it properly. After you ask this question, if you feel like your answer is, no, you are not living, the next answer should be, what is it I like doing? And then start doing the little things first that you like. I've said this in other videos. Don't go all stupid and say, well, I want to go to Tibet, but I cannot afford it. I've heard this from way too many clients, and I just want to beat the shit out of them. Okay, go out and have the cup of coffee that you like, and then Tibet will come later. You need to start small. Let's see if there's something else. There probably is, but it's not coming to me right now, so I'm going to leave it here.